My name is Sigmund Yevuga, Managing Consultant of Aspire Professional Consult. I bring you our first introductory video for strategic case study for our e-learning program for all our students across the country. It's a very important session because we are going to introduce the syllabus. As I said, my name is Sigmund Yevuga, a member of ICAG. I have a published book, Strategic Case Study, both manual and question bank. And I have other 6 published books on other relevant subjects such as International Financial Reporting Standard, Corporate Reporting, Financial Reporting, as well as Advanced Auditing and Public Sector. Clearly, it's important we do an overview of the syllabus because without this, we cannot have a good approach to how we shall run this particular session. So come with me as I do a detailed discussion of the strategic case study syllabus and shape our forecast. Now, the first issue here I look at is to do an overview of the syllabus. If you look at our syllabus, it's quite interesting and I would say sometimes confusing. Because if you look over here, we have strategic management issue, business plan, which is 20 marks, financial objectives and strategies for 20, and corporate governance. But go through the syllabus, this may not be how it will look. I'll tell you why. Because the reason is that for business plan, this is an issue that will be under strategic management because usually business plans are part of when you are implementing strategy. So at the completion stage of your strategy development, so as to ensure that you have a final document for your relevant party for whom you are for, to know the strategic options they have going into the future. So basically, I will consider business plans to be as part of strategic management issues. Basically, that we need to consider at the final stage of our strategy development. So basically, it's the concluding document that usually capture all our strategic decisions and future long-term plans for the corporate entity going into the future. So basically, take note of that. Then financial objectives and strategies, these are issues that are relevant for students to know about because we are accountants. We need to know the financial objectives and strategies, issues that we shall consider will involve investment, financing decision, dividend decision. So basically, take note of this. All these were things that most of us are studying under financial management. To take note of it, we will consider these issues relevant for this particular paper. The corporate governance, which is also easy to look at because you see, the syllabus also has guidance for us to consider on governance. Governance is quite broad. Issues of ethics can fall under governance. Issues of reporting can fall under governance. So when we go through the syllabus, you see how these issues will span out so as to see clearly why I say this sometimes it's not easy to run through this syllabus. But let's go through it, how it plays out. So before we do any discussion of the syllabus, we first need to talk about what is strategy. Because the first issue is strategic management. Let's discuss what is strategy. But for our syllabus, made or provided 3 different definitions of strategy. But I will go for the last definition provided by the strategy by your strategic case study manual, which is by Johnson Schools and Whitney, the most authoritative authors on strategy now, who published the book known as Exploring Corporate Strategy. Very relevant book strategies. And they define strategy as the direction and scope of an organization over the long term, which seeks to achieve an advantage in a changing environment. And how does it do that? It achieves that through what? Configuration of resources and competence, all with the aim of fulfilling stakeholder expectations. So clearly, strategy involves you setting your direction and scope, your goals and objectives, very important, and this must be long-term. Now, why are we putting objectives together? To achieve an advantage. And obviously, according to Johnson Schools and Whittington, this advantage is what we call the competitive advantage. How you do things better than your competitor, or things that you do better than your competitor. Now, this advantage should be achieved in a changing environment. Clearly, the business environment is never constant. So strategic managers must be thinking and evolving on ways to bring about results in the environment. Now, how do you bring about this, or how do you achieve this advantage in a changing environment? The only way to do it is to configure your resource and competence. And this is what we call strategic capability. Configuration of resource and competence will enable an entity to achieve what? Strategic capability. And what is the aim of doing all of these things? Is to fulfill stakeholders. Please note, in the past, stakeholder expectation was limited to those of shareholders, The Johnson Schools and Whittington has broadened the scope to include all manner of stakeholders or persons who are interested in the organization. So clearly, this is our definition of strategy in accordance with JSW, Johnson Schools and Whittington. So my job now is clear. Now that you've understood what is strategy, now let's add the management word, strategy. So what is strategy? Now this is concerned with three main things: to identify, select, and implement strategy, all with the aim of achieving an organization's long-term goals and objectives. So three important things that we are looking at when it comes to management of strategy: to identify, select, implement the strategy, all with the aim of achieving a long-term goals and objectives. Now, strategic management is the direction of an and is concerned with how an entity can get optimal result from their operation. So please, our process of strategic management is all about doing three things: identifying, selection, and implementation of strategy. And this definition is by Johnson Schools and Whittington. And they have provided us an analytical model for logical of strategy, anybody who intends to develop strategy. And the model says that for any student who wants to develop strategy, you must follow three processes. You must determine the strategic position, make your choice, then what? Implement. Determine the position, make your relevant choices, or some other people call it options, and then what? Implement, which we call strategic action. So basically, we shall be guided in all our lectures by this analytical model provided by Johnson Schools and Whittington to be able to analyze our syllabus and draw all strategic models in line with these three positions or these three elements: issues on strategic position, issues on choices, and issues in strategy in action. Positioning, choices, and strategy in what? Action. And it's the most prudent model that Johnson Schools and Whittington has provided to give us a logical structure for analyzing strategy and developing it as such. So basically, this is where we shall be. So what is strategic position? Here you must determine the position of the entity. And this will involve having to analyze the entity's environment, analyzing its strategic capability, then making sure that you are able to identify opportunities and threats from that environmental analysis, having to determine also strength and weakness from the strategic capability analysis, so as to be able to do your SWOT and recommend your tools or strategic options for the future. Once you go into choices, there will be three levels of choices to make. Choices at the business level, choices at the corporate level or international, and choices in relation to development, direction, as well as methods. Three main types. And every student must link all strategic models in line with these choices. Then the final stage is how to implement strategy. Over here, we need to ensure we put in place an organizational structure, choose an appropriate organizational structure to help us in that, having to ensure also that we have a functional strategy in place, having to ensure that we are able to manage the changes that come as a result of implementing strategy, having to ensure that we are able to communicate, having to ensure that we are able to evaluate our performance as a result of this implementation. And to conclude it all, we must be able to have a business plan to capture all. So clearly, these are the three elements of strategic management according to Johnson Schools and Whittington. And I can tell you, every student who can be able to structure the strategy along these three options or these three main areas of analytical model will have a prudent understanding. And I can tell you, all my students can testify, this gives us a good understanding of strategic management by Johnson Schools and Whittington. And they are the most latest authority on this subject. And our syllabus provided this of strategy and has guided us through. But the only challenge is that most of the issues have not been put under the following context to give you an easy understanding. And my job is to help. That is why we are. So clearly, what we mean by strategic management and how Johnson Schools and Whittington brought about analytical model which help us to give a logical structure in developing our strategy. So let's look at the next discussion. Now, the financial objectives which we said about, these issues were already discussed when you were doing financial management. We still need to consider them. So we look at financial management, what it is, the role of a financial manager, the source of finance, capital structure, investment decision, and international management issues. Treasury management also key here. So all these financial objective strategies which you saw in FM financial management paper in level 2, we shall be looking strategic outlook for each of them, how they impact our strategic decision. That's the key issue here. It's not about theory here, but applying your knowledge in understanding strategic issues when it comes to setting finance. So clearly it's very important. So we go to the final aspect of the syllabus, which clearly talks about governance. For governance here, as I said, governance can be seen from risk management, can also be seen from ethics, as well as social and environmental issues for a business. Now, for governance, we shall be referring to the Ghana's Code of Best Practice, which is the most relevant corporate governance guidance for our practice in part of the world, Ghana specifically to say. We shall also be discussing risk management, how to identify risk, how to evaluate risk, your risk map, how to control risk, use your TARA, whatever you may have to use to control the risk. We'll be looking at that. And how to ensure you have a sound enterprise risk management for your entity. We shall be looking at ethics also and the relevant models in managing ethical issues. Social and environmental issues are very important, but for your syllabus, it focuses on how to report them in the financial statement and how this impacts the governance. So basically, these are the issues captured in strategic case study paper. But to be frank, our syllabus is cut across, as I've said, 40 marks for strategic management, 20 for business. Obviously, as I told you, all these two may be seen strategic issues. Then we have financial objectives and strategies, which we've already done in financial management, and governance issues, which we've just. Now, for your exam, the 3-hour paper, and surely you shall have a case. Now, the case may be based on a variety of structures of an organization, and students will be provided detailed background with an advanced information for you to read through and prepare before going into your exam. So for your exam, you should have an advanced information before going into the exam. And that advanced information will be as part of your paper when you open your exam paper on the eventual day. Your job is to do a good analysis of this advanced information before going to write. And every student, 2 questions, 50 each, dealing with all relevant issues in respect of the case that you shall have. So in the exam, there will be additional information in respect of the advanced information you earlier had. So it's very important every student ready answer questions in respect to the case. This is the first time ICA is the first accountancy body in the whole of Africa to begin examining students of accounting using a case study. Other global bodies have done that in the future or in the past and are still continuing to do that. CIMA is one of them, England and Wales is one of them, and ACC have also adopted the approach recently. So clearly, the way forward now in testing accountant is the use of a case study. Ours is a strategic case, so it's not the real life case. Dummy. So clearly, in future, I'm sure law capacity have a real case of an entity, which is obvious to you, so that entity exists, so as to be able to even learn practically the issues with that entity, so that when you go into the exam, you have a more practical understanding of the issue. So basically, this is the end of the discussion of strategic case study. For all our students who are joining our learning program, for the first time, I can tell you you're going to enjoy it. We have about almost 40 revision videos on strategic case study already loaded in the app for you to watch on relevant topics. But my job here is to do a revision lecture on all these particular revision videos I've already put in the app to bring your mind to bear on strategic issues as we prepare for the exam. So please join me, all others, as we take our lecture for this particular. Thank you and see you in our next.
Thank you for watching another video from Aspire Professional Consult. For more of these videos and audio lectures, you can join our e-learning program by downloading our app on both Android and iOS. For those of you who want to join our classroom lecture, you can also join us on both weekends and weekday, either at Kwabenya for the weekends and Accra Central at the Hockey Stadium for the weekday. And also, we give you an opportunity to buy books from our published house, that's Aspire Publication, by dialing the following numbers provided on your screen. Thank you and see you in our next section.